Imagine a place where hearts are healthy and people breathe freely. The Illinois Heart and Lung Foundation is working to make this vision a reality. The Illinois Heart and Lung Foundation was founded in 2000 by a charitable group of cardiologists and pulmonologists. They believed they had a responsibility to improve the health of the community, not just in the office, but outside of the office. They provided educational programs on heart and lung health. Today, the Illinois Heart and Lung Foundation remains dedicated to protecting lives through heart and lung health education, innovation, and action. These goals are accomplished through a variety of programs and special events, such as the Automated External Defibrillator Program, the Attack Asthma Camp, the annual Family Health Expo, free community CPR and AED training events, and through nursing scholarships for non-traditional students. But we can't do it without you. Heart disease and chronic lower respiratory diseases like asthma and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, that's COPD, remain among the top 5 leading causes of death in McLean County. Here's how you can help. In a cardiac emergency, every second counts. An AED is the most effective treatment for restoring a regular heart rhythm during sudden cardiac arrest. You have the power to make sure AEDs are available throughout the community and that they're properly maintained. You can make sure free CPR AED training is available so that everyone can be empowered to take action when someone suddenly collapses and needs immediate help.
On Friday, August 16th, I dropped my boys off at daycare just like any normal day and came out here to the farm, and we were going to change the oil in the combine. Luckily, there was a John Deere technician that was here, grabbed the mirror on his truck and said I felt dizzy and passed out, and I woke up in the hospital 3 or 4 days later. My wife said, well, your heart had quit and you almost died.
The survival rate for people who experience a sudden cardiac arrest outside of a hospital is only 5%. The reality is more than 80% of cardiac arrests occur outside the hospital. There's a 3 to 5 minute window to get the heart rhythm back to an effective rate before a person faces irreversible brain damage or death.
And I got here within probably around 8 minutes or so. Immediately got the AED, which I carried in the back of my squad car. I got it out and went up and began my assessment of the individual. I was not getting any kind of response. He was definitely no heartbeat. I could not feel pulse, did not see any breathing. I advised one of the other subjects that was there to go ahead and cut his shirt off, put the pads on right away, and hit the power button, and it began its analysis. It said shock advised, so I shocked. You could definitely see that the shock was delivered, and then it advised CPR. The AED actually walked me through that. It gave me time hacks.
Stay calm. Follow these instructions.
AED devices give verbal instruction. Once the pads are attached to a person's chest, the AED does the rest of the work and will only prompt a person to press the shock button if it detects a shock is needed. Whether a shock is needed or not, the information collected by the device is very useful to first responders.
This is a 1,200 square mile county, and it's very rural. It's a lot of farming. So there's a lot of potential for these kind of things to happen. So it is nice knowing that you're able to provide that kind of assistance to someone should they need it.
The Illinois Heart and Lung Foundation has donated nearly 200 AEDs to local law enforcement, schools, fitness centers, and places of worship in McLean County since 2001. These devices have been used to save lives ever since.
I heard a call come out from dispatch that a vehicle had pulled off of 55 onto the southbound ramp and that a subject in the car was having chest pains. Officer Cleveland had arrived at the same time that I had.
I cut his shirt and began CPR and began chest compressions while Officer Dobson ran to his vehicle and retrieved the AED that we carry in all our squads.
Once we started it, and it told us exactly what to do, so it was very easy to use.
After 2014, we received 28 AEDs through the Illinois Heart and Lung Association. They certainly, for us, I think act as a force multiplier because our fire and EMS, they do a tremendous job out there, but they can't be everywhere all the time. And it gives our officers those critical life-saving tools that are at their fingertips that they can utilize on those calls.
I am glad that I have the AED in the car, and I wouldn't want to go out on patrol without it anymore.
Here's a harsh reality. each minute defibrillation is delayed, the chance of survival is reduced by approximately 10%.
The male was unresponsive in his vehicle.
He wasn't moving, he wasn't breathing.
So we pulled him out of the car, put him on the ground. My FTO started CPR on him. I retrieved the AED. We prepared the AED and it advised to shock him, so we administered a shock.
It's very easy to use. The voice actually is the easiest part because you don't have to do a lot, you just listen to the voice.
I pressed the button to give him another shock, and by that time paramedics arrived on scene, and by the time he was in the ambulance, he was alert and talking.
Education, innovation, and action. Those are the driving forces that weave through every program and initiative of the Illinois Heart and Lung Foundation. Our new Attack Asthma Camp holds the promise of helping eliminate stigma surrounding asthma and helps young people learn to manage their asthma. With your support, this program can continue to grow.
We had the great experience of having Illinois Heart and Lung here this summer to provide Attack Asthma to us and our kids. So many of our kids have asthma or have the symptoms of asthma that we wanted to really identify with them and show them what that experience is like, because so many kids go undiagnosed.
I did have fun. I learned a lot. My favorite activity was when she read the books.
It was really fun to learn about asthma. If my friend came over to my house, I would clean off all the dog hair and cat hair if I had any pets.
Awareness is super important, and everybody in the community could benefit.
The biggest misconception about protecting lives through heart and lung health, education, innovation, and action is thinking that there's nothing you can do about it. But that's not true. Because of your support, the Illinois Heart and Lung Foundation is still here today. So sign up for a CPR AED training class, set up a sustaining donation or annual gift, or better yet, do both. The important thing is that you do something. There's a superhero living inside of you, capable of saving lives. So dust off that cape you put away when you were a child and join us now. We need superheroes like you.